In this session, we will try to understand new product and new product development process. Up till now, with our understanding, we can say that what is a product? It is nothing but that is offered to a market to satisfy a need or want. And Philip Kotler defines product as anything that can be offered to a market for attention, acquisition, use, or consumption that might satisfy a need or want. We also know that it includes physical products, objects, services, persons, places, organizations, and ideas. In our previous lectures, we have seen that product can be a tangible thing or an intangible thing. So basically, as management students, we have to understand that product is anything that satisfies a need or want, whether it can be a pure service or a pure physical tangible good. Now, in this session, we will try to find out what is a new product like. A product that opens an entirely new market for a company is said to be a new product. For example, a confectionery manufacturing company is there. Now it thinks of coming up with selling of bread. So selling bread, it is a new product. It opens a new space for the company in the market. So a new product that gives a new space for the company. Or it can be a product that adopts or replaces an existing product. A product that significantly broadens the market for an existing product. An old product introduced in a new market, an old product packaged in a different way. It can also be a different packaged product from the previous one. An old product marketed in a different way is also said to be a new product for the company. Now, to summarize, what is a new product like for a company? Allen, Booz and Hamilton have identified 6 different categories of new product to the company. What are those categories that they have identified like? First category by which a product is said to be a new product is new to the world product. An innovative product manufactured by the company in its R&D is said to be a new product for the company. Second category of new product to a company is new to the product lines. Take the example of a pharmaceutical company manufacturing different kinds of medicine, cardiovascular medicines, diabetic medicine, cough and cold medicine. These are the different product lines for the company. Now, a product in the cardiac product line, a new product, is said to be a new product to the company in that particular product line. For example, a company comes up with a product for cough and cold patients. So, cough and cold product in the cough and cold product line is said to be a new product for the company. Third category of new product can be said additions to the existing product line. For example, additions of packaging, size, flavor, features, and so on can be said to be a new product to the company. Improvement and revisions of existing product is said to be a product, improved product. For example, previously we were operating Windows 7. Now company has come up with Windows 10. So Windows 10, that is improvement in the existing product, is said to be a new product for the company. Next can be repositioning. Example, Marie Biscuits. Company has repositioned the product as Diet Marie. So repositioning is making a place in the mind of the customer. Okay, Marie Biscuits can be used for diet. This is the new concept or the new positioning of the product, and that is a new product to the company. Cost reductions. Previously one product was selling at 100 rupees. Company has reduced the price to 90 rupees. So the product which is being sold at 90 rupees is a new product to the company. Now, to summarize what we can say, types of new product for the company, we have seen innovative products, completely new to the new product line, to allow the firm to enter an existing market, additions to existing product line to supplement the firm's existing product line, improvement and revisions, repositioning the product, cost reduction, all we have seen in our previous slide. Now, we'll try to understand some examples of new product. New product to the world, high definition TV, iPods, flat screens, probiotic ice cream, a company coming up with probiotic ice cream, completely new to the world, innovative product. Okay, product improvement, for example, a BPCL coming up with speed petrol. Previously, a generic version of petrol was being sold. Now, a branded speed petrol is being sold. This is a new product to the company. Cost reductions, example, Moser beer, which was selling pen drives, has reduced the cost. So this reduced the cost for the company is a new product to the company. Now, what is the purpose of having a new product by the company? First, increase or defend market share by offering more choices or updating older products. Very simple to understand. Appeal to new segments of customers, get more customers, diversify into the new markets, improve relationship with distributor, maintain the firm's reputation, a leading edge company, increase market share, increase the demand for the product, make better use of organizations resources, that the optimum utilization. Suppose capacity was not being utilized. Company has now thought of using the capacity. So it has come up with a new product. So why to develop new product? To create stars and cash cows for the future. Okay, that is to increase profit for the company, to replace the declining product, to take advantage of new technology that is available, to defeat rivals, very simple to understand, to maintain increase or market share, to keep up with rivals, to maintain competitive advantage, to fill gap in the market. So these are the few reasons why company develops a new product. Now, how to develop a new product? So very first basic step starts with the planning. As we all know, planning is the strategic phase or the stage of new product. What the firm does in the planning? Planning is nothing but the blueprint of action. What the company does? It assesses its current market offerings. It finds out the threats, opportunities, weaknesses. That is SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunities and threat for the company. Then the company determines the type of product which would best fit in with the corporate strategy. So this is all in the planning stage. Now, once we have done the planning, our next job is to develop a new product. How to develop a new product? It is a process which is designed to develop, test and consider the viability of products which are new to the market in order to ensure the growth or survival of the organization. So new product starts with planning and designing the different steps of developing the new product. Now, how company develops new product? There are 7 different stages by which a company goes in for development of new product. First step or the first stage is idea generation. Second is idea screening. Third is concept development and testing. Fourth is market strategy development. Fifth, business analysis. Sixth, test marketing. And the last stage is commercialization. So here we will try to understand what are the different stages of new product development. So same thing we have done, plotted in a diagram. In your exams also, try to draw the diagram if question is being asked about new product development process. Now, the first stage of new product development, as we have seen in our previous slide, is idea generation. Now, what is idea generation? It is a systematic process for new product opportunities. It involves generating of ideas of new product. Now, idea generation, as the word suggests, what it means? Different thought process for a new product. Now, how to generate the thought? From where will the thought come or the idea come? We should here remember in mind that it should not be a very casual process. The company's top management should define the product and the market to emphasize. The management should state the objectives behind the development of the new product. Whether it wants to develop a high cash flow product or to gain market share or any other objective of developing a new product. The company should state how much efforts they are going to put to develop a new product or modify the product. Now, how to develop a new idea? As far as we know, we can get new ideas from the market itself, from the competitors, from a company's own research and development team. This way ideas can be generated. Or company can ask its employees to give different ideas of developing, its engineers, designers, or distributors, vendors. They all can contribute for giving of the idea of generating. So what does the company in this stage does is it invites different ideas for new product development. Again, from where ideas can come? We have seen companies, sales executives can also contribute, vendors can contribute. Again, are there any other sources? Yes, there are many other sources, like investors of the company can also come up with ideas. For example, company can also take copyrights of the patents. Again, universities where research and development is going on, they can ask the university to provide the resources for the company. Then there are some commercial laboratories from where we can get ideas for new product. Some consultants may help us of getting new products for the company. Advertising agencies are there, market research firms are there, industrial publications houses are there, from where we can get idea regarding new product. So what, as a management student, what we have to remember is the first stage of new product development is idea generation. Now, what is important? How to generate the idea is important for a marketeer. So there are some techniques or methods by which we can generate the ideas. For example, first technique or the method is attribute listening. What is attribute listening? Attribute is nothing but the features. We can invite, suppose we are a mobile manufacturing company. We can ask the competitors or the customers or the vendors to give different ideas regarding what are the different features they would like in a new product. That is nothing but called as attribute listening. Second method of idea generation is forced relationship. What is forced relationship? It is nothing but comparison of two products. For example, a company wants to design a office desk. Now what the company does in forced relationship method, it thinks how would a computer or a desktop would fit on this office desk. That is, forcefully they are comparing a desktop and the office desk and try to manufacture a new product in itself. For example, a bookshelf in an office desk. How would be the relation stand? How would the customer respond to such relationship? It is nothing but called as forced relationship. Again, ideas can be generated by morphological analysis. Morphological means the structural analysis. What kind of office desk would the client like? So these are the methods of idea generation. Again, ideas can be generated like need problem identification. Suppose workers are working in the company and they face a problem. Now, when workers are facing the problem, they will report it to the supervisor, and supervisor in turn reports to the management that such and such problem is coming. So what the management can do now? They have identified the problem and try to find out the solution. That is a new product to the company. Okay? This is how ideas are generated. Next, brainstorming session. What is brainstorming session? That is inviting different ideas from a different class of peers. So ideas can be generated. So first step of new product development is idea generation. Second step of new product development is idea screening. What is idea screening? Screening means to take away the ideas which we have generated in our previous step. We should find out which idea is the feasible one. Which idea will suit to our customers? Which idea will suit to our company? Which idea will be the most profitable one? That step is called as idea screening stage or the step. So what is important in idea screening step? Here we have to keep in mind the two types of errors while screening the idea. First is the drop error and second is the go error. Drop error means many times it may happen that company may reject a really good idea, a potential idea, or it can be the vice versa. Company may take up with a wrong idea, that is a go error, and try to manufacture the product. The third step in new product development is concept development and testing. Now, before we start to understand what is concept development and testing, we should know what is a product idea and what is a product concept. Now, product idea, it is the possible form of a product that the company is offering to the market. It is nothing but called as product idea. And what is a product concept? It is an elaborated version of the product idea expressed in meaningful consumer terms. Now we'll understand with this an example. A product idea can be like nutritional drink or protein supplement drink. This is nothing but called as product idea. A company thinks of manufacturing nutritional drink or protein supplement drink. This can be a case of product idea. Now what can be the concept for the company? First concept for the company can be an instant breakfast drink for adults who want to have quick, nutritious breakfast without preparing a breakfast, a nutritious drink for an adult in place of breakfast. This can be the concept. So what here we have to remember is concept, it is nothing but the product idea expressed in an elaborated way. Or the concept can be a tasty snacks drink for children to drink immediately as a midday refreshment. So in midday, the children can drink the protein supplement or the nutritious drink. This can be the second concept like. Or third concept of our product can be like a health supplement for older adults to drink in the late evening before going to sleep. A health supplement for the older adults. This can be the concept, one of the concept. So when company has thought of an idea, the third step is concept. Now what we have to do in the third step, we have to define the concept and we have to test the concept with the consumers. How to test? We will get the feedback regarding our concept from the customers or the consumers. Now, what we'll get by testing the concept, that is the elaborated version of an idea, we will try to get answers regarding are the benefits clear to the customers and believable. The concept which we are manufacturing, suppose a soft drink for adults to have a protein drink. Are the concept, do you believe in our communication as a company? We'll try to find out the answer with the customers. Second question we may ask that, do you see the product solving a problem or it satisfies your need or a want? The answer to this will give the whether product is needed by the customer. The third question we may ask that, is there any other product that is satisfying this kind of need or want? The fourth concept question we will ask is whether the price is reasonable. Answers to this may give whether the customer will purchase our product. The next question we may ask like, who would use the product, when and how often the product will be used? We'll ask this question. The answers to this will give, will you use our product? When, at what time you will use and how much you will use. So purchase frequency and occasion will also be measured by the company. This is nothing but called as concept testing. So first step in new product development was idea generation. Second one was idea screening. Third step was concept development and testing. Same here we have taken the example of fruit juice for grown-ups, second fruit juice for children and fruit juice for adults. So we will try to get the feedback regarding this concept. This is the third step of new product development. The fourth stage in new product development is market strategy development. Now what is market strategy? As the word suggests, strategy, it is a blueprint of action. Regarding what blueprint we have to make? regarding the market. Now, what is a market like? We have to describe what is the size of the market. That is the number of customers who will purchase our product. Regarding the structure and the behavior of the market, what does it mean? Structure. Who are the participants? Who are the buyers? Which age group? Are they married or are they singles? So that is nothing but called as structure. Next, we have to define the positioning of the product, the sales of the product. What is the market share we might get by selling the product? The profit potential from the product. Second thing regarding market we have to define is its price of the product, the distribution, how we are going to distribute the product in the market. What is the budget for marketing? Next, we have to describe the sales, profit, and goals, and the strategy for the product. What is strategy in case of a product? It is nothing but the 4 P's. That is product, price, place, and promotion. So in strategy development, we will try to find out answers for all the product mix. Up till now, we have not produced any product, but we have just started testing the product. We have started to find out whether the product will be feasible in the long run for the company or not. So fifth stage of new product development is business analysis, business and financial analysis. What does the word suggest? Business and financial. That is, company is trying to evaluate something, business analysis. What it is trying to evaluate? It is trying to evaluate the business proposal of developing a new product. That is its attractiveness. How to determine the attractiveness of the product? We'll try to find out the sales of the product by finding out how much the product will be sold in the market. We'll try to have a gauge of the profit of the company. We'll try to find out first time sales. We will try to find out the replacement sales. We will try to find out the repeat sales for the product. We'll try to find out the cost and profits from the product. This is nothing but called as business and financial analysis. So what happens in the fifth stage of new product development? We will try to find out whether the product is feasible from the business point of view. Now the next step is product development and prototype development. Now up till now what we have done? We have generated the idea, we have screened the idea, we have done the concept development and testing. We also come up with market strategy development. We have done the business analysis. Now what we have to do is product development or the prototype development. Once we have tested the concept and we find that, okay, this is the product will be feasible to the company, we'll try to manufacture a prototype of the product or a demo version of the product. How to manufacture in our own research and development and turn it into a physical product. The next step in new product development is test marketing or market testing. As the word suggests, we'll try to find out how our prototype version of the product does in market testing. Now what is market testing? It involves placing a product for sale in one or more selected areas and observing its actual performance under the proposed marketing plan. How to test? I will just explain. There are few methods of market testing the product. Now basically we have to understand what is market testing. It is nothing but the company tries to estimate how many customers will trial our product, how many customers will first buy the product, how many customers will repeat buy the product, how many customers will actually adopt the product, what would be the purchase frequency of the product. These are some of the questions in market testing. The company will try to find out answers to this question. Now, what are the methods of market testing? There are few methods like sales wave research method, the simulated test marketing method, and the control test marketing method, by which company will test market the product. Now, what is sales wave research method? In this method, the company gives the sample of the product to the customers at a very low price or at no cost and ask the customer to use the product. They might do it for 3 to 4 times. Give the product to the customer and try to and ask them to use the product. Now, what does the company does then? It gives the customers whom we have given the sample product some money and ask them to shop in a mall. Now, when these customers who receive the money shops in a mall, the company measures or estimates from the billing counter how many customers have actually purchased our product, those who have used the product. How many customers have purchased our competitor product. At the billing counter, the company may also get answers to the questions like why you have purchased the competitor product. Did you like the price range of the product? Suppose a customer has purchased our product, we'll ask them what you like in our product. So this method of estimating the sales over a period of time is called as sales wave research technique of test marketing. Simulated test marketing, the second method of test marketing. In this, what will the company do? The company in this method invites some shopkeepers and what they will do then? They will try to find out what is the product category they are currently using in. Next, what they will do? They will brief these shopkeepers with advertisement regarding our product as well as regarding the competitor's product. But we will not tell those customers which one was our advertisement and which one is competitor's advertisement. Now what they will do? After seeing this advertisement, we will give them some money and ask these people to purchase the product. And we will try to find it out. How many customers or the respondents have actually purchased our product. We will try to find out the reasons also for their purchase and non-purchase. And after a few days, we will try to find out whether these people, the shopkeepers, intend to purchase our product the next time. And what was their experience using the product? What is their attitude regarding our product? Are they willing to repurchase the product if given another opportunity? So this method of testing the market is called as simulated test marketing method. Now, what is the advantage of using this method, simulated test marketing? As we have discussed, we'll show these shopkeepers advertisement regarding our product as well as competitor. We'll get answers to the question like the effectiveness of our advertisement campaign, the effectiveness of our product. We'll get to know the trial rate, the results of our product. All these things we will get answers from by testing the product. That is simulated test marketing of the product. Next method of test marketing is control test marketing. Now what is control test marketing? Control test marketing is nothing but controlling the space where the product is being sold to the customer. For example, the company may control the space in a retail shop. They will say, okay, we will manage this space and we will keep our product over here. The company will display some advertisements, the pricing, the products arranged in that particular space. Now, what will happen then? The customers will purchase the product. Some will look at the space, the price, the advertisement that is being displayed by the company, and they will purchase. This all information will be gathered by the company from the billing counter, and the company will come to know, is our product catches the eyesight of the customers? Is our advertisement effective? Is the price of the product? So by controlling all the space, all the dynamics from where the product is being sold is called a control test marketing of the product. Now, while test marketing of the product, company should answer some question like how many cities to test market the product, which cities, what should be the length of the test, what information we have to gather, and what is the action we are going to test by test marketing of the product. So this is the stage of test marketing the product. This stage, test marketing of the product, many times these three methods are basically used for consumer product. That is sales wave research method, simulated test marketing method, and control test. These are for basically for consumer product. But in case of industrial product, there are two major tests that are being carried out. That is alpha testing and beta testing. What is alpha testing? It is nothing but in-company testing of the product. What happens here? The company tries to measure the product performance, reliability, design, and operating cost of the product. That is inside the company, inside the research and development lab of the company is called as alpha testing of the product. And what is beta testing? Beta testing of the product, it involves testing of the product at the vendor site, at the distributor site, at the customer site. It is nothing but called as beta testing of the product. So in company is alpha testing, outside the company is beta testing. What are the advantages of testing the product at the vendor site? The company will try to know how our product performs. What are the different problems faced by the customers while using the product? Are there any improvement required? Are there any servicing policies need to design? And what would be the benefit by giving the company a chance by the vendor for testing the product? The benefit can be the vendor may get some price concession by helping the company for beta testing, or they can boost themselves as new product development company. Here in industrial product also, the company should answer few questions like what test sites we have to choose for alpha and beta testing, what should be the length of the test, okay. So alpha and beta testing are for industrial products, and sales wave research method, control test management are for consumer product. There are some other ways also by which we can test the product, like we can keep the product at trade shows, trade fairs, auto expos, exhibitions, or an event can be organized to demonstrate the product. So this is how we can test the market. The last stage of testing the product is commercialization. What is commercialization? That is, if the product passes through all these above stages, then the company manufactures the product on a large scale. That is nothing but on a commercial scale is called as commercialization. What happens over here? In commercialization, the company launches the product. It produces and places advertisements regarding the product. Commercial scale, it carries out the promotional activities, fill the distribution pipeline with the product. Critical path analysis is the most useful in this stage. So, what are the answers we have to find out in which market we have to enter, like which locality, which region, what should be the target customers, and what should be the probable segment for launching the product. So these are the 7 stages of new product development. Now, what will depend on whether our new product will be a success or a failure? Key success factors will be like operating philosophy of the company, the organizational structure of the company, the experience effect, the management style of the company. So these are the key features or the success factors which will determine whether the new product will be success or not. That's all in this new product development. So what we have seen in this session is, what is a new product to the company? We have seen Allen, Booz and Hamilton classification of new products, and we have seen the 7 different stages of new product development. Right from idea generation, we have seen some methods like brainstorming session, morphological listing, attribute listing methods of idea generation. We also come to know regarding idea screening, that is taking the non-feasible idea for the company. We have seen concept development and testing. What is a concept like? It is an elaborated version of the product idea, and we have to test the concept by taking feedback from the customer. Next, we have seen market strategy development. What is market strategy? It is the blueprint of action regarding the market. We have seen in the 5th stage business analysis. We have seen the test marketing of the product. We have seen that in case of consumer product, the company can go in for sales wave research method, simulated test marketing method, control test marketing method, while in case of industrial product, it can go in for alpha testing as beta testing. Last stage of new product development is commercialization, that is manufacture of a. And lastly, we have seen what are the key features that will determine the company whether it will succeed in the new product or not. That is KPI, key performance indicator. That's all for today. Thank you.